It's a girl, and she's back at Angels with Scaly Wings. So, last time, there was lots of exposition. I went to the Dragon World, met a few dragons, I gave someone my blood, and then we decided to go somewhere for brekkie. Yeah, that seems pretty accurate for a day in the life of me. Okay. Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived, as it was still pretty early in the day. Riza was quick to lead me to a table for two, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other side of the restaurant. Well, that's just fucking rude. Ugh, finally. I can't stand that guy being on my tail all the damn time. Maybe he just likes you a lot. We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting looking dragon who, unlike the others I'd seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern, possessing two rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat. Oh, it's the humans! Wait, where? That's a good one. Welcome to our establishment. My name's Adine, and I'll be your waitress today. What can I bring you to? Coffee, eggs and bacon. Look, I'm not much of a coffee fan, and eggs kind of fuck with my digestive system, so it'd just be bacon. I'll try the special. Yeah, me too. Just make it quick. Sure thing. 2 specials coming right up. What did I just order? As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you just think there's something off about this whole place? Where is it really? If this is supposed to be a completely separate place from Earth, or even a different dimension, some things just don't add up. Don't you think so too? Let me just grab my tinfoil hat real quick. I've been here much longer than you've been. Maybe you'll see soon enough. I can't really say much more with you-know-who over there. He's probably listening to us right now. Charming, doesn't seem so bad. It was pretty charming. I mean, a big buff dragon's pretty charming. When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion, while I wondered whether it had just been a coincidence, or if he was really able to hear us from the distance. I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble. What kind of trouble? What are you talking about? Shh, be quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can. But for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies. He patted the generator's box for emphasis. God knows we need them. Renewable energy. Wind turbines. Solar panels. I mean, clean energy's ready to go whenever you need it. Ready to go whenever. Oh, there she comes. The female returned, astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edges of her wings. She placed her forelimb on the table and proceeded to move the dishes from her wing to us with a gentle push of her snout. Ah, cute little Snoop Boop. There you go. Watch out, it's hot. Oh, why can't I say something much nicer than thanks? You're welcome. Apparently today's special consisted of an odd-looking fish of some sort. I was a little hesitant to try it, but considering the steam coming from it, it was probably better to wait a few minutes anyway. When the waitress brought out meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Frieza leaned towards me and whispered something to me. I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do. Riza rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. But you haven't even touched your fish? I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough, there was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Riza's earlier words. I did not even have an idea what kind of threat might be lurking out there. Wait, are we Uncle Magoon's? Coffee, donuts, pasta, burgers? Uncle Magoon's. Megans? Moogans. Uncle Mugen's. That took me 5 minutes longer than it should have. Eventually, I took a bite of my somewhat unusual breakfast. While I already thought the smell was quite peculiar, the taste had been even worse. I imagine it might be the kind of delicacy that you hadn't acquired taste. One that I certainly hadn't acquired yet. I decided to get outside before it was too late. Are you done? Sure am. How'd you like it? I'll just say it's probably not for me. And you wouldn't be the only one to say that. You better wait outside just in case it decides to come up again. I tried the odd-looking fish. Bravery. Sure thing. Geez, the background work in this game is just really fantastic. Like, I would say objectively it's gorgeous, while the, dragons are subjectively gorgeous. I stepped outside, taking in the scenery of this strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, I'd already found the similarities between their world and our world utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with a never-before-seen form of life. As far as discoveries were concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism or even bacteria would have been remarkable. Fuck, that's a mouthful. Yet here I was, standing in the middle of a village evidently built by this race of intelligent, talking dragons with a society not unlike our own. Who knows, maybe it's the future, and there was like a furry Scaly war that broke out and the Scalys won. And then, like, Scaly science brought Life of Dragons forward. Spooky. Reza didn't seem to share the same interest and instead was more smitten with the generator, but given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on something else. But then again, you know, renewable energy. My thoughts were interrupted as something suddenly zipped past me just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a bag clamped in its maw, who apparently had somewhere to be. Ah, what a precious cutie. I regained my footing and watched as it disappeared into the distance. Even though I'd seen enough dragons to recognize the variations in size, colour, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab. I gave her a generous tip on your behalf, I hope you don't mind. Should I just be cheeky or should I be genuine? Because... it's a tough call, because I want to kiss the dragons, but then I also want to laugh. Of course not, as long as I don't have to pay the bill. Don't worry about it. In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Razor has the generator, you're free for today, so if you want to go anywhere in particular, let me know, or I could show you around town. I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Razor's words, I wanted to be careful not to stray too far without knowing more about this world first. I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, you know. I'll just accompany you back then. Really up in his job then. There we are. Oh my god, I just realised his hat is like... Ah, It's got like a band that slips onto his horn so his hat doesn't fall off. That's gorgeous. I wonder if they kind of address the pants issue. Like the one where if you have a tail, if your pants sit underneath the tail, your pants fall down. If your pants sit above the tail, then you're going to have to, like, I don't know, cut a hole in the pants. Anyway. Home is sweet home. For now, at least. Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks. See you tomorrow. See ya! I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it was better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, but what was more, I didn't even recognise some of the things I found there. Whether they were edibles that we had back home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien, I wasn't sure, but I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. Sounds like Molly! After all, it was possible that some of the comestibles might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. That too. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. While I found the subject matter of man, myth, or reality to be quite intriguing, I had to give up after just a few pages due to its exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. Ugh. In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. Now, I'm not sure, is that Tomb Raider or is that Indiana Jones? I don't know. While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavour here, as it had where I'd come from. Words not in order cannot speak. So that does raise a question though. If this is Tomb Raider, then would they have dragons with enormous wings? Enormous claws? Because, like, you know, to kind of match the boob trope? I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Oh, thank fuck. Company. Aren't you just the most adorable little demonic posty boy? Sorry, posty dragon. Hello there! Would you please sign here? I'm not signing away my rights for this, am I? I've got a letter for you that requires signature confirmation. I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Rita. There you go. I'm Lauren, by the way. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions? What is this about? I'm just making small talk. Wait a minute, I recognise you. You tried to do the same thing with Rita. Maybe I should report you to your superiors for your inappropriate behaviour towards your clients. But it's important. Please let me talk to Molly for a few minutes. You know how it is. If you want an interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities. Help me out here, Molly. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me. Otherwise, someone else will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they'll come up with. Let me show you something. The small dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages. Huh, I think I lost it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some of the pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have like 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy. What are you, Lauren? A reporter? No, I'm just... Do you want me to remove him, Molly? No, he's gorgeous. Please let him stay. Is what he's saying true? Yes, I guess. I see. That sounds pretty interesting, though. Alright, you can leave your number here and maybe I'll call you later. But that's all I can promise. Thank you so much! He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands. Fuck yeah! I got 2 phone numbers. Alright, you got what you wanted. Off you go now. I still love just how the exit animations are just flip, move. Oh, he's so cute. I want to keep him. Sorry about that. Don't worry about it. I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then. Right. With all the commotion, I'd almost forgot I was still holding Riza's letter. Within the plain envelope was a similarly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw that his wording was so full of the pleasantries I knew he hated that I assumed every word of it was faked as to conceal its true intent. He did mention that I'd know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode this letter's secret message. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember whatever it was I was missing, or he thought I'd just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friends. I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these last few years? What have you been doing? How's the family? I feel like there is so much we should talk about, since we have not seen each other much recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this forum. Quite an exciting venture we are on now, right? How have you liked it here so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I will be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Reza. Various things came to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was one that I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find a system within this array of letters and lines. Besides, if you're going to set up a message in, like, letter form, you do the first letter of every single sentence, and then you just spell out NEVERGONN. I think you're going to see where I think you can see where I'm going with this. Maybe I had to look more carefully. I'll try reading between the lines. Lines, of course! Maybe I was supposed to read between them? I didn't have an implement on me which I would have been able to read fine print, though with his handwritten letter, I doubted Reza could have done anything of the sort. I'm gonna look elsewhere for hints. Or maybe refer to the fact that we were both given an apartment. Considering the things they provided for us, maybe I just had to find the right object to decode the message. There were many everyday items here though, and of course I still had no idea what in particular I was looking for. Bookshelf! The bookshelf was stocked with quite a variety of books on different topics. I'll check behind the books. Maybe Reza left me another message here at some point. He could have known that I was going to live here, so I suppose it's possible that he helped with the preparations and hid something for me to find. And what do we got? Nah! Even after removing every single book from the shelf, there is still no indicator of anything that would help me decode his secret message. That's a shame. But even if Reza did leave a hint, this could have been anywhere in the apartment, and not just on the bookshelf. Individual books then. Maybe it has something to do with the books! The shelf is full of them, but I suppose the hint could be hidden inside one of them. Okay, I'll just start from the start. Draconic Desire. The sensation that swept the nation, the novel of a generation, by a newspaper. So when they say a newspaper, do they mean that, like, you know, they just came up with a newspaper and was like, nah, let's not do a dragon pun? Or is it literally just a newspaper? Like, the author was like, well, I'm gonna put a newspaper on here. I was so young and naive back then, barely having reached the age at which the arduous process of finding a mate, settling down and starting a family became expected, yet none of my peers interested myself. They were childish and crude and uncultured. I was lost in a sea of uncertainty, drifting, hoping to be found by the one day. And then I did. How fast time flies when you're happy. I can't believe this was just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago I found the one, my truest soulmate there could ever be. Like a wrecking... He came in like a wrecking ball. He came out of nothing, breaking all the barriers and entered my life. Yeah. Ah. That's some good writing there. 2 weeks ago, I was nothing. Today, I am the happiest dragon alive. Who knew that out of all the people alive, it only took the right one to write life itself? Who knew that to meet the perfect one, the only thing you needed was... Draconic Desire. At least I'm assuming that's what came next. I don't think there's anything in here. And who let this mess ever get to print? Fuck! So, what do you think? A Twilight affair or a 50 Shades of Grey affair? I'm a little bit as small 50 Shades, you know? Assault of the Humanoids from Outer Space. That is a cat on the cover. Do they know what? Whatever. Arc 1. It was a dark and stormy night. Relentlessly pouring was the rain outside, periodically interrupted by the loud echo of thunder again and again. So quick had its roaring staccato become that it almost seemed like someone was pounding against the door. No, someone really was pounding on the door right now. The door swiftly opened, and the moment for which the house's owner had waited for decades was finally here. It was the pizza. And they were late. and he was hungry. No, just fucking with you. Not on the field of battle do you meet me, human scum, but in the comforts of my own home do you seek to assassinate me. Feel my wrath! May it lead you to a slow and painful death! He screamed at the top of his lungs. Was he John Freeman? And did he scream from the top of lung? Your resistance will only temper my blade, inferior creature. Taste my blade and die from it! The reply wryly came from the human invader standing within the doorframe. Hero quickly stabbed him with his Magipen, a lethal hit which caused the human invader to slump to the ground instantly, his last words being, "Damn you, Hero! This is not over yet!" While he melded into a red blotch, blotching up Hero's carpet, which was now blotched by the blotch. You don't use the same word twice in a sentence if you can avoid it. Hero looked up into the sky and realized all the thunder and rain had really been UFOs of the invaders, numerous enough to rival the raindrops falling from the sky. This was the moment when he knew it was too late. This meant war! Because if fighting is sure to result in victory, then you must fight! Sun Tzu said that, and I'm stopping this reference here. I'm so sorry. Really? An invasion by human aliens? Is that what they think we're all like? But it's starting to seem more like humans are an alien affair rather than, you know, the relationship humans have with aliens in this... Not humans have with dragons in this world. Because dragons are cool. They're great to ride. They're great to kiss. They're great to be. Whereas they make it seem like humans are... like the little green men that are like the claw. Take me to your leader. I have been chosen. I'm moving on to a better... I can't remember the fucking quote. Okay. Born to Serve. An autobiography by Abden the Seventh, a council member of some renown. Some renown. Fuck, were these all just discount self-published novels? Chapter 1, Rise from the Ashes. From the day I was born, I knew I was destined for greatness. As a member of the Avdonian household, nothing less was expected from me. My father, Avdon the Sixth, made sure of that. My mother, however, was a worm. Not literally, mind you. She was just some sort of annelid squirming beneath the earth and living in filth. No, she was just what I would describe as the lowest form of life. Not concerning herself with matters of any importance, she instead sought to base her existence on superficialities. Not that it mattered much, as I grew to hate them both equally. Wow, fucking edgelord much? For those who may want to critique me now for saying this... Ah, jeez, actually, you know what, I should have waited. I have no doubt in my father's political achievements, yet only those who had to live with him knew that his successes came at the price of his very soul. An empty shell of a dragon driven by nothing but his performance as a politician, not as a father. Ah, jeez. Yeah, I was a little bit quick to criticise there, mate. Yeah. A politician, huh? I wonder what their actual government is like. Price and Prayer. A politigraphical novel. Fuck me. Preface. In the 1422nd year, I went to say 72nd. 72nd year since our ascent into sentience, our most extraordinary chain of events had led to the most extraordinary of circumstances in our politics and society, and it was extraordinary. These events have since been buried in history, but I stumbled upon the records of these tumultuous times. I'm learning so many fucking words here, man. I've taken upon myself to dramatize the events in a manner that is both accurate to history as well as entertaining to any reader who might have an interest in such stories. This is not just for my own personal gain, as I hope to make this story available to a larger audience than just a few of permission to visit the archives. I believe the wisdom to be gained from the ensuing tale to be more relevant to us now than ever. Okay, whatever, buddy. The Ixamem Sphere and how to use it. What the fuck is that? Is it an orb? Okay. As a manual meant for the general populace, this booklet intends to bring you, the valued reader, closer to the uses and joys of an Ixomen sphere might bring. I've taken utmost care to use simple language, you've kind of lost me already, and instructions to remove the well-known barrier between individuals and knowledge of proper use to this most wonderful device. Okay, if you're gonna write it simple, then write it fucking simple! Why have you done this? Like, simple language, you could just say it's easy to read. You're already alienating people. You know your audience. For interested parties, a chapter about the Ixomen sphere's history and ideas for advanced applications can be found later in the book. Quick start guide. Step 1. Place your Ixomen sphere on a flat, stable surface. Make sure that the surface is indeed stable and flat. Flat surface is flat. Expert tip, use a spirit level in order to determine if a surface is absolutely horizontal in order to prevent the sphere from rolling off the table unintendedly. Too wordy, too flowery. This is not a good guide for dummies. Plug your sphere into any fitting household outlet. Warning! Make sure that the sphere's power switch is in the off position prior to plugging it in. Step 3. Locate the power switch. This step may introduce some difficulties as many different models of spheres exist and with varying methods of turning them on and off. When in doubt, please contact your sphere's manufacturer to help with this step if necessary. Now I know how to work a sphere, whatever that is. I hope it's not kind of, you know, elaborate fucking toy, if you know what I mean. I forgot I can do the eyebrow wiggle now. Okay, I'll go to the bathroom, why not? Look inside the shower. Ha! No shampoo to be found anywhere, of course. And no hint either, just some body wash. But, is it lady-centered body wash? Or is it body wash that makes your man smell like a man? I'm sorry, that was supposed to be, you know, Old Spice. To make sure that your man smells like a man and not a lady on a horse. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No razors. There are some pain meds, though. I'm gonna take some! I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but here we go. I love the noises added. It is genuinely like reading / listening to a novel. I'll take some more. Again? Alright. I'm feeling strange. Okay, fine. Do not just overdose on pain medication. Please do not do that. Please don't. I suppose one more can't hurt. Can't hurt because they're pain meds. No, don't. What have I done? Ah, fuck. How long was I gone? And why did I think eating a whole bottle of pain medication would somehow help with my search? You took some pain medication. This was not a good idea. Okay, let's look at the kitchen. Let's look at the fridge. Plenty of stuff in here. I'll, just have a look at my meat, shall I? It's just a slab of meat. Nothing special about it. Might have to tenderize it a bit later, though, eh? Eh? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm really not. Look at the milk. Pasteurized. At least they've got that down. Crack open an egg and look inside. Fuck yeah! Nope, just a regular egg. Crack open an egg and look inside. Nope, just a regular egg. Right! This third one. Just a regular egg. This fourth one. Just a regular egg. Oh, this fifth one, though. Just a regular egg. Oh, this sixth one, though, is fucking hiding something. Nope, just a regular egg. Oh, this seventh. Just a regular egg. Oh, this eighth. Just a regular egg. That was all of them. Guess I just wasted a perfectly good batch of eggs. That's okay, I don't eat eggs anyway. An unlabeled container. It's an unlabeled container with some sort of white liquid inside. Well, here goes nothing. It's salty. I'm sorry. Unlabeled container with white liquid that is salty. Okay. Look in the pantry. Just some fruits and veggies here. What should I look at? I'll look at the date. If I put it on the floor and then step on it, what would happen? I'd be going on a date! That's awful. But no, there's no hint there. Fig. What do I know about figs? Quite a bit, actually. Figs are ripe with history and still enjoy some cultural significance, especially in religious circles. For example, they are the leaves with which Adam and Eve covered themselves up in the Bible's book of Genesis. It also happens to be the kind of tree Buddha achieved enlightenment under. Sorry, just checking that my microphone was still on. Not only that, but is also mentioned in Greek mythology. Isn't it fascinating? But wait, there's more. The influence of figs also extends to words, phrases, and sayings we still use today. Take the word sycophant, for example, which comes from a Greek expression meaning someone who shows the fig, which was a vulgar gesture at the time, or I don't give a fig, which of course is a figure of speech. It might as well be said that the influence of figs is as far-reaching as its fruit is succulent. Figuratively speaking, that is! I'm afraid nothing of this helps with Razor's letter, though. Pear! There are two of them. What a nice pair! Do you think the devs of this game, just in a brainstorming session, just sat there and went, let's have let's just have an entire area dedicated to puns. Let's just put fruit in a pantry and let's make puns about it. I love this game. I love this game. Grape. So, Daddy Grape finds his kid crying and asks, "What's wrong, kid?" But then, through all the tears, the kid couldn't get a single word out. Eventually, Daddy had enough, so he said, "Stop wit." Nah, I won't say it. Wasn't a good joke anyway. Sour fucking grapes. I'll look at the lemon. As long as it's not a party of lemons, and it's just a single lemon. Lemons, lemons, lemons! Of course! Why didn't I realise it sooner? What did I just realise? Lemon juice is about the simplest way to write a hidden message using household items. We learned about that in chemistry. In the most boring detail, of course, a message written in lemon juice on paper becomes just about invisible to the naked eye when dried. But after hitting it gently, oxidization occurs, making the message visible. I was sitting next to him in class when we learned that. He made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test, and I replied by saying he'd have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then, I did remember it after all. But what if dragons can see lemon juice, man? Meet me at the portal. Oh, sorry, that's Razor saying it. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 p.m, was all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I'd have to go out to meet Razor, so I decided to make some lunch. I could have made some scrambled eggs if I hadn't broken them all earlier. You gotta break a few eggs to read a secret message. Yeah! Afterwards, I resumed reading the book about the continuing adventures of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. Unsurprisingly, it came to a happy end, with the Eagle organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the page and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this apparently long-running series of books, I realized all of this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. You know, that would actually be a good name for a good subtitle for a movie. Like, especially a parody movie. Like, Memes, the movie, the inevitable sequel. Oh fuck, that's right, we live in a world where the Emoji Movie exists. Luckily, the disappointment didn't last long, as I had to get going to meet Razor at the portal. Looks like some shit is just about to go down here. So, before I get grossly invested in this story, as grossly I've been invested in these puns, I'm going to leave it here. This is very, very interesting. I know that there's going to be some kind of crime or murder aspect to it based on some of the screenshots I've seen. But at the same time, I don't know what's going to happen. Will there be dragons? Will I get to kiss them? Will I kill them? I hope not. Dragons are really great. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope to see you next time. See you later.